This video is for educational and entertainment use only. The views in this video do not necessarily represent the views or life of
But you
Marlon
see how they
Yates.
study having the girls to go purchase the gun. They doing them straw purchases. They giving it to the dudes. The dudes just got them, and they smoking and got the gun at the same time. That's a crime, and everybody is on their phone. Oh yeah, I'm told they smoking. What I told you in my old video, boy, we spoke a big stoke. You see, boy, I told boy, big bangers, 30s, 40s, got all that, boy. Yeah. They want to be so tough, and they not understanding that this gonna get them in jail. And once they come and indict them like they just did, a lot of them is gonna tell. I gotta pay 250,000. I might have to go to jail for 10 years, and I gotta get out and be on 3 years worth. Man, what I gotta do, Lord? That a lot of them are gonna do that, especially the soft dudes and the females. Them two, they easily turn flip states immediately. Welcome back to Duffle LO, the sit down, and we still on the Iowa videos. Like I told you guys in the previous two videos, Iowa has been getting interesting with a new stand your ground law, and they just got rid of the permit that you need to get to buy a gun. It's getting crazy. So like, share, subscribe. Welcome to the channel. Make sure you guys check out the Mercy Papers, watch the entire video. If you like what you hear, subscribe, share, and definitely hit that like button. We got to beat the YouTube algorithm. Let me go ahead and share my screen so you guys can see this. This is what we're going to talk about today. This, you got to go on their websites. This is justice.gov. So I'm going on government websites so you guys can see this is what's going on. Department of Justice, U.S. Attorney's Office, Northern District of Iowa, Wednesday, September 29th, 2021. Now, think about this. I just showed you in the last video, July 1st, 2021, you don't need no permit, right, for the guns no more. Now, look at this. August, almost 3 months later, look what already happened. It's fast. 19 charged with federal gun law violations in Waterloo, Iowa. You guys got to know what goes on in the loop, like for real. Law enforcement agencies in Waterloo, Iowa area continue to make communities safer by partnering to reduce gun-related crimes and violence. The United States Attorney's Office for the Northern District of Iowa announced charges and arrests involving 19 individuals charged with federal gun crimes within the last week. Federal, state, and local law enforcement remain committed to reducing violent crime by investigating and prosecuting offenses involving firearms, said acting United States Attorney Sean R. Berry. Those who carry guns and commit violence and those who put guns in the hands of violent individuals in our communities will be held accountable. So now you see how they just made it easy for you to get these guns without a permit. And they told you, if you sell a gun or you give the gun to somebody that you reasonably should know that shouldn't have it, you gonna get in trouble. They're creating the crimes. Like they're allowing you to do something that if you end up participating in doing it, you going your ass to jail. Like, and y'all not, like, people are not seeing this. That's why I be saying what I be saying. Like, people, like, all you gotta do is look. Like, how do you not see that 1 and 1 equals 2? Our focus has been twofold: interrupting a subculture that illegally distributes firearms and holding members of their criminal organizations accountable, while targeting violent offenders whose indifference towards human life and the law made them a danger to the public, said Waterloo Police Chief Dr. Joel Fitzgerald. We promise all stakeholders, understand the word stakeholders. That means stakeholders are the people that have interest in the business. That's what a stakeholder is. Go to the stock market and Google stakeholder and see what that is. We promise our stakeholders that there will be a significant consequences for offenders. And this joint effort allowed us to keep our word. For those who continue to participate in criminal activity, it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time before we come grab y'all. That's what they telling y'all. And they saying they stakeholders, so those whose interest is to make sure that this happens, we told our stakeholders that we're coming to get them people. It's just as simple as that. So you guys got to really pay attention to what's going on. Like, this stuff been going on for decades, like, and people still not getting it. Why? Because when y'all in these urban areas and y'all get into it with each other and that person go get a gun, you think, oh, I need to go get a gun too. Or I got to have my gun. You don't even know if that person is working for the government, like a federal informant, and now they got their gun, making you think you need to go get your gun, although you ain't supposed to have no gun. So now they authorized to have a gun. You not authorized to have your gun. You go your ass to jail. You ain't passed to go. You ain't collect $200. Violence by neighborhood gang members poses a direct and dangerous threat to innocent victims and our communities. Some of the people arrested this week are associated with gangs responsible for multiple homicides, drive-by shootings, and home invasions. Now, let me explain. They said multiple homicides as if it's 45,000 bodies dropping in Waterloo. It is not that many bodies that's dropping. There might be 3 to 5 to 7 homicides happening in that city in the year 2021. And they saying these people is responsible for all of them. That's basically what they're saying. So now, working alongside our law enforcement partners, FBI Omaha is focused on targeting the overall leadership of gangs that are driving the gun violence and other violent crimes in our communities, said FBI Omaha Special Agent in Charge, Eugene Cowell. We will continue working to identify, investigate, and apprehend criminals responsible for these types of violent crimes until their entire criminal enterprise is dismantled. Y'all got to understand. Let me highlight this word right here. Stakeholders, once again. This criminal justice system is a business. This is a real life business. We need people to commit these crimes to go to jail so we can have jobs by people chasing them, have jobs by people watching them in the jail, have jobs by people in the court, have lawyers. All this is a part, it's all a system. It's stakeholders in this system. I'm in law school, so I'm understanding what's going on. I'm trying to show y'all and explain it to y'all. Nothing what I tell y'all or show y'all is gonna stop y'all from thinking when y'all in a situation. But if y'all understand everything what I'm saying and y'all able to conceptualize it, y'all will take yourself away from that criminal element and that criminal activity and go do something righteous with yourself. This is why I'm showing y'all how crazy this stuff is. The ATF has no greater mission than keeping firearms out of the hands of violent criminals. These cases not only demonstrate the lengths to which criminals will go to acquire firearms, but more importantly, ATF's expertise and commitment to investigate such violations of federal law, said Frederick Winston, Special Agent in Charge, Kansas City Field Division. Do you see how they talk about Omaha, Kansas City, Iowa? Do you see how they're going, stretching all these places and touching all these different states and areas to grab y'all? Y'all traveling from here to here, or they know that them guns is coming from over here and they going over here. I'm from Chicago, where they drop off crates of guns in the alleys out there. You think this ain't finna get ready to start going on in Iowa? Because it is. With our law enforcement partners and the United States Attorney's Office, we will continue to work tirelessly to bring those who disregard the safety of our communities to justice. Now, if you bringing them to justice, why would you allow a confidential informant to commit crimes? That starts a ripple effect. This is why I tell y'all, like, y'all gotta really understand how twisted it is, but it's legal. So a lot of people gonna be going to jail on the chain gang, 13th Amendment, y'all. Involuntary servitude or slavery has been abolished, except if you have been duly convicted of a crime. The work of federal, state, and local law enforcement agents in Waterloo has resulted in the following charges in federal court in the last week. Terrence Roby, age 23, Deshaun Robinson, 23, Ivan Clay Jr., 21, Davin Biddle, 21, Alyssa Stovall, 23, Jaheim Nicholson, 19, Roy Allen, 28, DeJuan Campbell, 22, Edward Roby, 24, Destiny Harrington, 21, Alyssa Cucko, 26, Abihim Tafiri, 26, Kalen Bruce, 28, Xavier Cummins, 22, have all been charged. It's more. The charges are contained in indictments filed within the last week in the United States District Court in Cedar Rapids, right around the corner. 5 additional defendants whose charges remain under seal have also been charged with violating. So they already know they're coming to get y'all. They gave y'all access to get the guns. Now y'all able to get the guns. Now y'all got the guns, not supposed to even have the guns. Because look at all of them. 23, 23, 21, 21, 23, 28. All of them is old enough to go have a gun legally. They're able to have a gun legally. So if you're able to have a gun legally, why would you go the criminal route? Like, why would you go the route that you can go to jail and get in trouble when you can legally, you old enough to legally go get one? But you got to understand how weird it is here. Like, it's very interesting and very weird. Okay, so the indictments against Campbell, Edward, Roby, Terrence Roby, Robertson, Nicholson, Allen III, and Bruce allege that these individuals possess firearms after previously being convicted of at least one felony offense. Now, it alleged that they had these guns. In order for them to, for people, if they didn't get caught with the guns, that means somebody had to tell them that they had them guns. Let me say it again. If they did not get caught with them guns, somebody had to tell them that they had them guns. I tell y'all, confidential informants is heavy here. When I say heavy, I'm talking about heavy. The indictment against Ivan Clay Jr. alleged that on at least 2 separate occasions, Clay Jr. possessed a firearm after having previously been convicted of a felony offense. The indictment also alleges that Clay Jr. possessed marijuana with the intent to distribute it, and that he possessed a firearm in relation to the drug trafficking offense. How do you know this unless somebody with them? Like I said, I had a girl I used to deal with that she was riding around with a dude serving weed, and I'm looking like, why would you be in the car with him if you knew that that's what he was going to go do? But that's why I said, y'all already think y'all could trust these girls that's in the car with y'all. In reality, how did they know that he had that gun? And how did they know what he was doing? Because somebody did this. It's not just girls. It could have been your man's in the car with you too. So you just don't, you have to understand this stuff on 2 separate occasions. So that means this same person had to be with them on both of these. And this is an indictment. He possessed a fire after previously being convicted of a felony offense. Remember I told you how I knew felons that had gun cards? That's why I showed you. If he didn't have a gun card and he ended up just already been convicted of a felony and somebody said that he had a gun and his ass got indicted, why is this dude that did have a felony, how did he have access to a gun card and a gun? That's the red flag that shows informant. You guys got to be understanding this stuff. Like, what is this shit real? The indictment against Cucko alleges that she made a false statement during the purchase of a firearm, specifically that she was purchasing the firearm for herself, when in reality she purchased a firearm for another person, straw purchase. The indictment also alleges Cucko possessed 5 firearms while being an unlawful user of marijuana. So if she's an unlawful user of marijuana, that means she's smoking and she's not lawfully able to smoke. Because if she was lawfully able to smoke, she'll be able to smoke it and she won't get in trouble. Because they have a CBDC little type of stuff, like little medical marijuana little stuff here too. It ain't recreational, it's medical. The indictments against Biddle, Stovall, and Cummings allege they possessed a firearm while being unlawful use of marijuana. So now listen, what they saying is they had guns and they were smoking weed. That's what they saying. They had guns and they were smoking weed. How they know they had guns smoking weed? Y'all putting all this on y'all social media. These people is watching y'all social media and y'all just steady putting it up there because y'all see other people. Monkey see, monkey do. Check out Kingpins. I literally explained to y'all the confidential informers and what goes on. The indictments against, if convicted on these charges, all defendants face at least a possible maximum sentence of 10 years imprisonment, a $250 fine, 3 years of supervised release following any imprisonment. They definitely gonna take that 3 years. They definitely gonna get that. They might not get that 10 years and they might not get fined like that because these are all young people. They ain't got no money. How they supposed to pay that? But they gonna, some of them gonna be doing some of this. Some of them gonna be doing some of this. The indictment against Harrington alleged that Harrington made a false statement with purchasing the fire. All the women, these are all the girls that's purchasing the guns and giving it to the dudes. So you see, that's a setup. What we go ahead. We're going ahead bound. Because if you bound, they gonna be the ones that get in the real trouble, and then you're gonna get just in a little trouble. But if we allow you to go buy the gun for them, you ain't gonna get in no trouble. Setup. The indictment against Harrington, I'm not saying that that's what happened here. I'm just saying that is possible. I don't know these people, but I'm just reading. The indictment against Harrington alleged that Harrington made a false statement when purchasing the firearm, same thing as other girls. Specifically, she lied about her address and represented that she was not a user of controlled substance, when in fact she's an unlawful user of marijuana. How y'all know she smoked? They got a video. They got a picture. Y'all look, I'm smoking on the weed right here. So they use this. They ask you, hey, do you do drugs? Who gonna admit to that? But that makes it a felony because you lied on them. Like y'all gotta, when I say you gotta understand law, that's why I keep telling y'all, learn law. Please learn law. If convicted on this charge, she faces a possible maximum sentence of 5 years imprisonment, $250,000 fine, 3 years supervised release. As with any criminal case, a charge is merely an accusation that each defendant is presumed innocent until proven guilty. We already know that stuff. The case was investigated by the Waterloo Police Department, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, Explosives, the Iowa Division of Narcotics Enforcement, and the United States Marshal Service. They got a lot of people investigating that. That many people investigated that stuff just for them to have for them 19 people, 5 people they ain't even grab. But you see how they study having the girls to go purchase the gun. They doing them straw purchases. They giving it to the dudes. The dudes just got them, and they smoking and got the gun at the same time. That's a crime. And everybody is on their phone. Oh, yeah, I'm told there smoking. What I told you in my old video, boy, we spoke a big stoke. We said, boy, I told boy, big bangers, 30s, 40s, got all that, boy. Yeah. They want to be so tough, and they not understanding that this gonna get them in jail. And once they come and indict them like they just did, a lot of them is gonna tell. I gotta pay $250,000. I might finna go to jail for 10 years, and I gotta get out and be on 3 years worth. Man, what I gotta do, Lord, that a lot of them are gonna do that, especially the soft dudes and the females. Them two, they easily flip states immediately because they understand how to get to them. It's a psychological game. Like I told you, it's legal for the police to lie to you, illegal for you to lie to them. That's what law school teaches you. This is what studying teaches you. This is what being passionate about studying this stuff, this is what it gets you. You have this knowledge here, always with you, everywhere that you go. So you can tiptoe and walk over the traps that they're setting. And you see the traps as they set them. Like, these are all young people that was crazy enough that they could actually go get their own gun. But because they already had a felony on their record, and this the whole thing. If you get any type of felony, a class D felony, a class C felony, it ain't got you got to go to jail for 30 years and all. If you get any type of felony, you can't get that gun. If you have a domestic, you can't get the gun. Like, so it's different types of things that people got to really understand. These people know what they're doing. They're going to keep on throwing it. Google this word, widening the net. Widening the net. That's a criminal justice term that they make a law, and when they throw it out there, the net so wide, it catch a lot of people. I study this stuff, y'all. I'm in law school, like I said, past Kingpin, future attorney. Shout out all Gil Kingpins. Go to the channel, like the channel, subscribe to the channel, watch the videos to learn this stuff. This stuff is really deep. But I got to get to the next little situation that's going on, also with some firearms. And then, this one going to be, I think Iowa City, the next one, but we're going to go back to Waterloo because there's a lot of situations going on in Waterloo, for real. But hope you guys like what you heard. Hope you guys learned some. Comment down below. Let me know something that you want to learn about Iowa, that you want to know about Iowa, or that you're interested in. You got questions. I can answer the question if I can't answer the question. If I can't answer the question, I ain't going to answer the question. You feel me? But like I said, man, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment below. Donate to the channel. Cop some of the merchandise. Mercy Papers, all Gil Kingpins, Duffle LO TV, check it all out. And don't underestimate family, friends, lovers, enemies. Look objectively, no matter what city, state, or country is in, every hood is the same. And if nobody told you they love you today, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I love you because this is why I bring you the information to make you aware. If you are already in trouble or anything and you don't want your children going through the same thing that you're going through, introduce them to these type of videos so they can learn and be prepared so they won't be in the same situation as you, the parent, the elder, the uncle, the auntie, or whatever. You don't want them going through the same thing that you're going through, then teach them. And if you can't teach them personally, introduce them to these videos and tell them, y'all need to listen. I'm laying it all out. So all I gotta say for this video. I'm gonna see you guys on the next one. We still talk about them things they got. So,
This video is for educational and entertainment use only. The views in this video do not necessarily represent the views or life of Marlon Dixon.